Hello folks, I am your host Ali Raj and you are watching Gaslightman. With the increasing global interest in the cloud computing and its potential benefits across the business sector, Amazon Web Services, which is called AWS, seems to be the popular term in people's mind. This may be because AWS is the fastest and the biggest public cloud provider in the world, having businesses customers in over 119 countries and more than a million active users. It is a leader in the Gartner Magic Quadrant for Cloud Infrastructure as a Services, which is called IaaS, for 9 consecutive years, and recently also the leader for Cloud Platforms as a Services, which is called PaaS. Before diving deeper into the AWS, let's understand what cloud computing is. Cloud computing is the on-demand availability or the delivery of the IT resources like storage, computing power, databases, etc. over the internet, usually with a pay-as-you-go services pricing system. There are three main services model of cloud computing. These are the infrastructure as a services, which is called IaaS, platform as a services, which is called PaaS, and software as a services, which is called SaaS. IaaS. These are the services that provide access to the networking features, computing power and storage. It is generally the basic building block of cloud computing. For example, AWS EC2, S3, DigitalOcean, PaaS. These are the services that provide access to the hardware and the software tool for running your applications. Things like operating system, runtime besides the infrastructure services are managed externally. For example, Heroku, AWS Elastic, Beanstalk, SaaS. These are the services that provide access to a complete product that is run and managed by the services provider. For example, Gmail, Dropbox, Slack, etc. The images above make it easier to understand. Each of the above model cloud computing can either be a private, community public, or hybrid. But I will be focusing on the public cloud, which allows the public to utilize its resources for free. It is also the predominant types of cloud services, for example, AWS, GCP, Azure, etc. In simple terms, AWS is considered a cloud provider, which means that the AWS provider various cloud-based IT resources to its cloud consumers. AWS is an easy-to-use platform which is provided by the Amazon. At present, AWS is one of the leading cloud services providers all around the world. Being a cloud provider, AWS is able to provide 175 fully featured services from different data centers all around the world. It offers low pricing with optimum innovation in the field of cloud computing. Additionally, it provides pay-as-you-go pricing, which means you will be paying only for the resources that you use with AWS. How does AWS works? There are a variety of the services provided by the Amazon AWS, which can be configured as per requirement of the user. Based on the demand and requirements, the user can have look at the geographical locations for the individual server with the configuration option provided in that particular locations. Here in this video, I will be discussing some of the services of the AWS. A brief history of through the AWS was initially launched in 2002. It was first officially relaunched in 2006 with the earlier services offered to be SQS Simple Queue Services, S3 Simple Storage Services, and EC2 Elastic Compute Cloud. With these three services, one can conclude that AWS started out as AWS provide and dominated that space. Over time, it moved into the PaaS space and gradually into the SaaS space. For example, Amazon Workdocs has at 2006 over the 150,000 developers was already on AWS. In 2012, the first re:Invent conference was hosted in Las Vegas. In 2013, AWS announced its AWS Global Certification Program, with its first certification offer being by AWS Certified Solution Architect, associate level. At that moment, AWS has 12 specific certifications that are categorized into the foundational 1 certification, associate 3 certification, professional 2 certification, and specialty 6 certification. In 2015, Amazon reported AWS was profitable with sale of $1.57 billion in the first quarter and was described as the fastest growing $5 billion businesses. In 2017, AWS released a host of AI services as well as virtual reality services. In 2020, AWS became a leader in the Magic Quadrant for both the cloud infrastructure and the platform services. AWS Global Infrastructure can be broken down into the three major components: region, availability zones, and the edge locations. Regions are places in the world where AWS is present. In each region, AWS has all the resources it needs to serve the customers. These regions are separated across the globe to reduce the network latency. Latency means speed. For example, making sure on-demand resources are as close to the customers and their users as much as possible. A second reason for this spread is the potential geographical or political restriction of the data. For example, data not leaving a physical region or the area based on geographical regulation. At that moment, there are 24 regions with 3 more regions coming soon. In each region, there are at least 2 availability zones. An availability zone is simply a data center. Each zone is geographically spread within a region. This helps make sure that the system or services remain available in case one zone is affected by floods or has connectivity issues. At that moment, there are 77 availability zones with 9 more zones coming soon. Edge location. Edge location help to cache resources like video files or static images in the cloud. These locations are most useful whereas the user of the website, for example, are not located close to Amazon Web Services region. Cache some static data on the website can help the website load faster. At that moment, there are about 205 AWS edge locations. AWS services. AWS services release new product services from time to time. At that moment, there are over 7,500 product services that can be categorized into 25 category services which range from AI to computing to storage, etc. All 25 category services are captured. Some of the services of AWS offered its user a huge variety of services. These services can be used for developing various global cloud-based products. With that being said, now let's have a look at some of the services of the Amazon Web Services. Amazon EC2, Amazon Elastic Cloud Computing, which that allow individuals to run various application programs in the computing environment. It is an AWS service that provides scalable computing capacity, allowing up to scale up or scale down as per changing in the requirement and minimizing the need to forecast the traffic. Amazon S3. Amazon Simple Storage Services, which is called Amazon S3, is one of the services of AWS which allows individuals to store and protect various data and information. Here, using Amazon S3, individuals can easily organize their data and also configure the access as per their requirements. Amazon S3 storing of data and information of any volume to be stored and accessible at any time and from any part of the world. AWS Code Pipeline. AWS Code Pipeline is a fully managed continuous delivery services that allow individuals to automate the release pipeline for fast and reliable application and the infrastructure updates. The code pipeline automates the build, test, and deploy the phases of your release process whenever a code change occurs based on the type of the release which individual define. This allows individuals to deliver features and the update quickly and reliably. AWS Lambda. AWS Lambda is an AWS services that allow individuals to run functions in the cloud without providing or managing services. Additionally, while using AWS Lambda, the individual has to pay the amount only as the defined function executes. Hence, using Lambda, the code can be executed without an application or backend services. AWS Elastic Beanstalk. AWS Elastic Beanstalk is used for deploying the application which is developed using the Java, .NET, Python, PHP, Node.js, Docker having servers such as Nginx, Apache, etc. Using AWS Elastic Beanstalk, individuals can deploy their application without worrying about the infrastructure. Hence, these services can be fruitful for the developer who are willing to deploy their application without configuring the infrastructure. Furthermore, the individual will be paying for the AWS resources which are required to store and run the application. AWS IAM. AWS Identity Access Management, which is called IAM, is an AWS services that allow individuals to manage access to various AWS services and resources securely. Hence, with the implementation of AWS IAM, individual can create and manage various users and groups. Additionally, the user and groups which are created or provided the various permission to allow and deny access to the AWS resources. IAM is a service that does not require any type of the additional charge. Amazon RDS. Amazon Relational Databases Services, which is called the Amazon RDS, allow the individual to efficiently set up and operate relational databases in the cloud. Additionally, these relational databases are scalable as per the requirement of its user. Some of the database engines which are provided by Amazon RDS are the Oracle Database, Amazon Aurora, PostgreSQL, MySQL, MariaDB, and SQL Server. Furthermore, individual can also use AWS Database Migration Services in order to migrate the database to the Amazon RDS. Amazon CloudWatch. Amazon CloudWatch is a service that can be used to monitor the AWS resources that are required for the application at the runtime. It can be used to display the matrices which is being used from each AWS service. Furthermore, alarm can also be generated when a threshold is breached with the help of Amazon CloudWatch. Amazon Recognition. Amazon Recognition can be used to analyze the image and the video in the application of an individual. One of the advantages of Amazon Recognition is that it doesn't require the machine learning expertise for the implementation. Using Amazon Recognition, various objects, people, text, scenes from the image and the video can be identified. Amazon Databases. Amazon Database Migration Services, AWS Database Migration Services, allow its users to migrate their databases to the cloud securely and efficiently. Furthermore, AWS Database Migration Services also allow users to migrate from one database to any other database. For example, MySQL database to Oracle databases. AWS Services Migration. AWS Services Migration, which is called the SMS, facilitates the user to efficiently and securely migrate thousands of on-premises servers to AWS. Using AWS Server Migration Services, which is called SMS, individual can automate, schedule, and track incremental replication of live service volume, which make coordinate large-scale service migration much easier. Amazon Route 53. Amazon Route 53 is an AWS service that provides the DNS service for the individual, due to which a separate DNS account is not required. Amazon Route 53 can be used to perform three functions mainly. These are the domain registration, domain name hosting, and health checking. These services provide developers and the businesses a reliable and cost-effective way for routing and user to internet applications. This is the end of the video. In the next video, I will explain about Amazon Web Services sign up and management console. So I will see you in the next lecture. बाय बाय।
गेट साइटमेंट को लाइक करें, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल आइकन को दबा दें ताकि इस जैसी अपडेट्स आपको मिलती रहें।